Rossi slipping to third, Marquez to fourth. It's a big race, championship-wise, for Valentino Rossi and Marc.
Then his predicted race pace. The pole time by Vinales was a 1:46.5, so we'll keep a close eye. The race pace in Le Mans was a lot
for the ride of a lifetime, and they race down to turn one. San Donato is underway. Great start by Rossi.
Yeah, he had a bit of a wheelie coming off the line, but it looks like he might get the whole shot. It's a long run down to San Donato, but Maverick Vinales is too far back to attack on the brakes. Rossi leads the Italian Grand Prix.
I don't know if you're going to be the C way through here, because San Donato up to Luki, Poggio second. That's where the Rossi grandstand is. Then they will run along the top end of the circuit.
What a start by Hoyle.
Over in Savelli corner, up towards Arrabbiata 1 and Arrabbiata 2. You can't hear yourself breathe here at Mugello.
There's fans chanting for Valentino Rossi. He leads them through Arrabbiata 1 for the first time. Dovizioso's been pushed back into fourth place, still in sixth. Marquez in fifth place. Then Petrucci, Bautista. You know he's had a really good start. Up from 16th to 9th on the factory Suzuki.
Paggio corner, then they flick it left, and we come down towards Correntari. Have a look at Marquez. And then up over the right, down to Correndetti 2.
So Rossi then taking the fight to the field. Vinales looked like he got a good drive out of Biondetti too. Is he close enough to attack the yellow haze to Pacini for the first time? No smoke bomb, so strong. I can actually smell them in the commentary box.
Right, the two Yamahas, here we go. 220 miles an hour. Vinales almost alongside.
Lorenzo's coming.
Lorenzo on the inside.
Has he got it on the brakes up the inside of Rossi? Oh, Lorenzo, can he pull it back to the apex? He can. Lorenzo's out wide, he runs it wide. Rossi's back through. Lorenzo led.
Start on MotoGP race. Lorenzo, Rossi, Vinales. They come at any moment now. Down through the count to the bottom of the hill. It's the left at Savelli. And then Arrabbiata 1 and Arrabbiata 2. Lorenzo with that amazing record. His first ever in Italy. And he leads the way. And it has to be Rossi behind him.
Lorenzo leads for the first time on a Ducati. Horsepower on the grunt of that Ducati down the start finish rate with the slipstream as well. It's a car he played to perfection up the inside of Rossi. Rossi fights back. This is down to Scarpa.
Has a little look up the inside of Lorenzo and then bides his time. And Marquez nicely placed just in behind him. But he knows the grunt of the Ducati may catch him as they make the run over the line down towards San Donato.
Pacini. Penalty for jumping the start. Marquez has picked off. Oh, Marquez, that's aggressive. Up the inside of Vinales. He made Vinales pick up. Marquez is on the charge. Now he's up into third place out of Vinales. That was aggressive at Pacini by Marquez.
Rossi holds firm. It's not going to hold firm, surely. Lucky man indeed. We're only doing
look at Petrucci. Petrucci up the inside of Marquez at turn number 2. Petrucci's up Dovizioso as he came over the crest and hit the brakes going down to San Donato. Marquez getting pushed and shoved around a little bit, and on the run down to San Donato.
Lorenzo still leads the way as they come up to turn 6. Casanova down the hill. Follow the hill, you flick left for Savelli. Could only be then up Arrabbiata 1 and Arrabbiata 2. We ride with Valentino Rossi. This is an amazing corner. It's a blind ride. This is where
Miles to sweep through in second place. Scarparia twice in 2 laps now. Rossi's picked off Lorenzo to take the lead.
They come down towards the column. You miss what's going on. Valentino Rossi still leads the way. Maverick Vinales now in second place. Lorenzo relegated. Lorenzo will trade him himself in this fight that moment. Mark had a rare old battle with Danilo Petrucci. Just got a glimpse of himself. Zarco in 9th place. Bautista in 10th. We can't give you any more. We can't take our eyes off the front.
Well, let's just watch. Can he put up on the brakes of the first corner? Yes, he can. Rossi back in the lead.
Oh, and Dovizioso's got round the outside. He's not going to make it stick. Lorenzo, he may be poorly, but he is a fantastic ride out there. Valentino Rossi leads the way. They go right on his rear wheel, Maverick Vinales. The 2 Ducatis now will lick their wounds a bit and then come back. And
he might win the horsepower shootout coming over the start-finish line, but that bike is so unstable over the crest without those winglets this year. We saw Marquez at bay.
So the 2 Yamahas ride together, and Vinales has done what Rossi's done to everybody else, and then Vinales and Piaggio back in front, up over the right, down towards Correntari, Dovizioso. Lorenzo having a real old battle. Marquez.
The doctor got a taste of his own medicine of Scarparia. That's where Rossi's put a couple of moves on Hoyle Lorenzo. This time around though, he lost the lead to Maverick. 2 seconds covering the top 11 in this classic early laps in Mugello. Dovizioso up the inside of Valentino Rossi, then Pacini. Nice move.
That certainly gave him something pretty powerful because he is flying.
Yeah, he's just been the fastest lap of the race at 1:48.161. The fastest lap of the race now. 2. He's back in 14th place. Rossi though on the brakes. He's super strong going down to San Donato, and he outbrakes Dovizioso to take second. Margot guilty of a jump start further down the field. He started in 12th place to the Spaniard.
A wretched old time for poor old man, isn't it? Like that back at the front, Vinales, Rossi, Dovizioso, Lorenzo, Petrucci, Marquez.
Yeah, that was an absolute no-brainer. That's an easy one for race direction to call. Just got a little bit too impatient. This is on board with Valentino. Good launch offline, then he had a bit of a wheelie. He got superb drive then as he started hooking through the gears and took the whole shot, and the crowd went Rossi leading the Italian Grand Prix.
The replay up over the top. This is at 250 kilometres an hour from wheels in the air. Right, back to the race live. Still the 2.
Only on the bright blue Suzuki because he started 16th. He felt like he had good pace throughout this weekend, just couldn't put a good lap through in qualifying. Really strong, fastest lap of the race now. 1:47.887 for Valentino Rossi. So Rossi and Vinales, the first of the race. Rossi in the process lost second place because he got outpowered by Dovizioso's Ducati down to the first corner.
You've got to say, what a ride by him. He is on a GP17 Ducati. It's just higher up than we've seen him this season. Rossi and Dovizioso fighting it out for second. Vinales not really able to get away at the front.
He's got to go for it.
I thought he was going to go.
Let Vinales get away here. At what point does Dovizioso start tiring with that nausea in these temperatures? At what point does Rossi start suffering from chest and abdominal injuries in that motocross training accident? He was hospitalised only a few days ago. Rossi wasn't even sure about whether he'd be able to start this Italian Grand Prix.
I think he's slightly worried about that. Vinales may just start putting a few pressure meters out at the front. We ride with Rossi. There is the...
He knows he won't be able to out-drag Dovizioso in a horsepower shootout down the start-finish straight. He's just got to try and get close enough to Dovizioso to try and attack him. But you're never going to blitz past a factory Ducati GP70. That motorcycle's chucking out around 280 horsepower. Look, clearly see what a great close to a slipstream on Dovizioso at all.
I think it was about 344 kilometres an hour, Valentino Rossi. Really
well, that was Lorenzo out really wide at the first corner, and that's let Marc Marquez come into 5th place. Lorenzo was running a really hot pace in the first couple of laps, but he struggled. Just admit, expected a bit more from Dani Pedrosa as well. Started 5th in these hot conditions, which he normally thrives in. Dani Pedrosa making the place, hasn't been able to put a move on Johan Zarco in front of him. Zarco, of course, with that soft option front tyre, and how long can you make that last? It's all about lots of high-speed cornering. It'll be stressing and overheating that front tyre if the temperature stays on.
Right, let's try and run through the field. 7 Rossi, 4 Petrucci, 5 Lorenzo, 6 Marquez, 7 Battista, 8 Iannone, 9 Zarco, 10 Pedrosa, 11 Pirozzi, Folger, 22 Bradley Smith, 23 Silvan Italy, and Alexis Marco in 24th place. After that, right through.
So he almost needs a ticket to get back into the circuit there. He was so far wide at the Bacini corner. That cost him 5th place, and he's coming on a pretty Alvaro Bautista. Got to say, star performance so far in this race has been Danilo Petrucci. This is the best we've seen from him in a dry MotoGP.
Yeah, one podium was in 2nd place in the rain at Silverstone behind Valentino Rossi.
Malaysia in 2015.
Andrea Dovizioso, really nasty tummy bug last night, very weak. Been in the medical centre, didn't go up a couple of sighting laps, but there he is in 2nd place. And Maverick Vinales, who leads the way, chasing his 4th victory of the season.
Yeah, we know Dovizioso is on the medium Michelin compounder combination. So how much is he having to be... there's not a lot of difference between the medium and the hards, but with the hard front and hard rear that Maverick Vinales has got shot on that Yamaha, you just feel that perhaps
behind him on that red factory Ducati, just behind him, Valentino Rossi. I'm not saying it was his aim to try and break the field up, but he hasn't.
The sign for Rossi is at the moment Vinales has not been able to stretch his advantage once he got to the front of the pack. There's Marc Marquez. Enzo's got a bit of a freight train behind him now. Alvaro Bautista, Andrea Iannone and Johan Zarco. Bautista might get a slipstream here and pounce over the line to start lap number 9 then. Vinales from Dovizioso from Rossi and Petrucci still hanging in there in 4th place.
Hard on the brake, Suzuki, Andrea Iannone.
I'm doing Danilo Petrucci a great disservice when I say hanging on in there, because last time around he was the quickest rider on the 726. As you say, Nick, he is visibly closing down on this battle for the podium. So Danilo Petrucci having the roofer.
He's a winner here in the 1000cc Italian Super Stock Championship. Long time ago. Never did he think he'd be fighting back in the Italian Grand Prix, but that's exactly what he is doing at the moment. I think so much now depends on...
Dehydrated with that stomach bug. Certainly will be lacking physical strength. Anybody that's had food poisoning knows that you are just physically drained. It really is so good for Dovizioso. He's hanging right in there.
Brilliant graphics as we ride with Maverick Vinales, as you can see, and that is the pack in sight, trying to make sure they come up towards the Bacini corner, that he doesn't get away. Into Bacini, turn 15, the laps to go. Only a 23-lap race, it's a long way to go yet.
A bit further down the field, Johan Zarco's finally dispensed of Andrea Iannone.
Gain an advantage to Dovizioso with that run, closing up on the rear wheel of the Yamaha, up through the Luco and then the Poggio Secco S section. Valentino Rossi.
Bautista's taken 6th from Lorenzo, and the man finding pace is Zarco. He's just putting his best lap of the race. At the moment, Lorenzo's dropping like a stone. The man moving in the opposite direction is Johan Zarco. 1:48.307 was faster than the guys around him, so Zarco, as at the moment, not really overstressing that soft option front tyre right now. How will it go with the...
It'll calm down a little bit now, but it's not going to be calm at the end.
Petrucci's right there now, isn't he? Petrucci is right there. Last time around, the quicker 1:47.896, just ahead of Danilo Petrucci. The 2 Italians were quicker than Dovizioso and Vinales, last only 2 in the 1:47s on the last lap.
What a fantastic shot. Braking from 340 down into the San Donato right-hander. Turn 1 here at Mugello.
Just look at that bike moving and chance to slipstream him out of Bacini.
13 laps to go.
Daniele Romagnoli, crew chief to Danilo Petrucci. Oxley, their man in a brilliant 4th place and hounding Valentino Rossi. Bautista's on the move as well. He's past Marquez.
Marquez now Alvaro, 50cc winner here. He's had a wretched old season apart from that 4th place in Argentina. We ride with Marquez. I think it's a little bit of damage limitation now.
Got in the 1:47s for the first time, that lap. Bautista probably helped with a slipstream. Yeah, here we go. This is why he did a 1:47.8. His best lap of the race of him.
So Mark running into 5th place. Marquez in 6th.
Martin at that spot.
World champion. This is the Aspar team.
He's got a 4th place in Argentina this year, hasn't he?
Yes,
Bautista. Up the inside of Jorge Lorenzo. So Zarco now. Well, actually, Zarco had come over the line and taken 7th from Lorenzo. Lorenzo lost corner, but Zarco's hit back. This is through Correntine. The key now for Zarco is to put enough distance between himself and Lorenzo so he can't be slipstreamed again for a 9th successive year here in Mugello. He's dropping back through the field quite alarmingly at the moment.
Back at the front, 12 laps to go, and Donato, and it was Vinales, Dovizioso, Rossi and Petrucci now right on the rear wheel.
Lorenzo's got issues. He's the first man to drop into the 149s. Lorenzo, the only rider in the top 14 the first time, so he's obviously suffering some grip issues at the moment. Lorenzo, he'll be doing well actually on current pace to hang into the top 10.
And Petrucci. Behind them, Alvaro Bautista leads the way from Marc Marquez, Johan Zarco. Boy Lorenzo slipping badly. Ninth is disappointing Danny Pedrosa.
Just sums up Aleix Espargaro's day, a run off for Corantayo after jumping the start. Already running in last position in 24th place. No retirements or crashes as yet in this race so far. Back with the lead quartet. Hounding Valentino Rossi, who in turn is glued now to the back wheel of Andrea Dovizioso through Corantayo.
He'll probably sit there again as long as Vinales doesn't get away from Dovizioso.
Yeah, and that's not what we've seen, is it? Maverick Vinales has not been Andrea Dovizioso or the chasing three behind him over the line then to complete lap number 12. Almost identical lap times from again the only rider in that top four. His quickest last time around, he did a 1:47.9. Petrucci, the quickest man on track last time around. Rossi, that would have helped him certainly in that fourth sector as he powered out of Bacini. But Petrucci not being dropped at all in this race.
And Bautista, he will plunge downhill down the right-hander now through the Casanova corner.
And Pedrosa, as we said, has pretty much been sitting in 10th. He made a single overtake so far, Pedrosa. Still in 10th place. Johan Zarco, the gap between Marquez and 6 and 8 seconds. In fact, in the first two sectors of this lap 13, Marquez has already taken almost half a second out of Zarco.
This is tightening up. Robert Oak for an amazing finale.
Yeah, this might be the calm before the storm. 1 and 2, but as yet, you know that Vinales gets great drive out of this final corner of Bacini because Dovizioso has not been able to slipstream him despite down the start finish line. He's going to be close enough this time to attack.
He's mighty close this time, isn't he, Matt? We ride with Andrea Dovizioso. Can he get a slipstream? Any moment now. Here comes Dovizioso. Nearly side by side. They are side by side. Down towards San Donato. Dovizioso on the can. Andrea Dovizioso leads the Italian Grand Prix on the Ducati.
Yeah, he used the grunt and he used the fact that he is at the first lap of the race. That's the reason why he was breaking the challenge of Johan Zarco quite easily. Marquez a 1:47.9. In fact, who cares about his challenge? Just coming far, far too late for the podium, surely.
Top speed. Dovizioso 2:34.933 at the Yamaha. Dovizioso has got the hammer down at the front. But a wretched night with food poisoning. Couldn't go out. A couple of siding laps is all he did, but here he is taking the lead. Down on the brakes. San Donato. We always said when he was in the 250s and 125s, didn't we?
Closes right up on Vinales coming through Corantayo. Now if he can get good drive through beyond Biondetti 1 and 2, will Rossi line up a move on Vinales from that top speed car perfectly. He said he'd use it to his advantage. He has to. Here's Petrucci up the inside of Rossi. Can he make it through? He does. Down on Petrucci brilliantly. Petrucci at Bacini.
Rossi was thinking about Vinales and Bacini, and while he was doing that, Petrucci came up the inside. He certainly didn't know he was.
Then he Petrucci. Rossi tries to fight back on the brakes, but Petrucci could be going to second place with the grunt of that Ducati. Can he squeeze the brakes a little bit later? 7/10 of a second clear.
Oh, this would delight Andrea Dovizioso. He's got time to see it. These two right at these places. He's got clear track in front of him, and he's going to really go for it big time, Andrea Dovizioso. Petrucci, fantastic. I'm sure Rossi was lining up Vinales, thinking about getting good drive out of the corner, trying to get in there hot, and he just left.
Pulled into the pits on the factory KTM, so it's been a wretched day for the Espargaro brothers. Retirement for Pole, a run off-track excursion for Aleix, followed after a little bit here down on Petrucci. He won't want to throw away a podium going all gung-ho for the win, but he's never had a chance to win a Grand Prix like this. Breeze before in the wet. Cast your minds back to the Saxon ring last year. He was leading when he crashed out, but he'll be getting a nosebleed soon. Petrucci.
The Bacini corner. This is where Petrucci got past Valentino Rossi a couple of laps back. When they cross the line, there will be a very same manoeuvre as he did on Valentino Rossi. Danilo Petrucci now in second place. Vinales trying to fight back.
Petrucci up in a second place. Brilliant moves in successive laps of Bacini on Rossi and on Maverick Vinales. Is he a little bit wide? Yeah, he is. Yeah. Vinales got in hot. Door wide open for Danilo Petrucci. He said thank you very much. So up in a second place. That terrific error by Maverick Vinales. But Petrucci now in second place and hunting down his fellow GP17 rider, Andrea Dovizioso, on the factory KTM.
Pole Espargaro, you see, yep, up he goes, and there is Pole.
It's a real shame that Bautista and Marquez just couldn't get away in the early laps to get in this battle, because otherwise we could have had a real mouth-watering six-rider from in there. But these two are having a real good fight for fifth place, on board with Marquez chasing Bautista.
And down at Corantayo, this is easily the best rider. Fifth place he was, fourth in Argentina, but all the top men are in this battle, not crashing out. And I think this is what we thought we made.
Guys, very good work, Pole Espargaro. The team aren't entirely sure. They're calling it an electronic problem as we normally know, but they have to analyse it first. So a real
cheat.
Petrucci right leg out, Maverick Vinales, Valentino Rossi at the back of the foursome. Andrea Dovizioso chasing just his third ever MotoGP win.
He's never won in the dry, has he?
Hasn't. It was iffy conditions at Tony last year. It was absolutely soaking wet. This is a truly brilliant ride by the former 125 CC World Champion.
That's been the big Dovizioso's head throughout his MotoGP career. Can he win in full dry conditions? This was the mistake by Maverick Vinales at the Bacini corner.
3:49, one of the Ducatis was burnt in the sporting trap.
Close enough to Dovizioso. He's took 2 tenths. He's taken a tenth and a half out of Dovizioso in sector 2 on this lap number 17. It looks like Valentino Rossi at the moment is the man who's If he's battered up a body from that motocross training crash, he's having a big impact now on Valentino Rossi. Lace Spargo decided to call it quits.
The front tyre, Dobby has the medium, whether Dobby's medium could just do something like a tiny little bit.
Oh, blimey, Dylan. He's right up on the rear wheel of the Ducati of Petrucci.
Yeah. Tell you what,
he's gone really wide.
Vinales wide. Rossi's stodgy here, a second slower than Dovizioso, Petrucci and Vinales. So a combination probably for Valentino Rossi. One, he may be running out of grip, but two, Rossi be crying no more. He's done a great job of hanging the podium battle. There's a Lace Spargo, dating again for him.
Marc Marquez, the Valentino Rossi behind him. It would not be the end of the world for Marc Marquez to finish, Maverick Vinales to finish.
Might have accounted some front tyre issues himself, because that's the second time we've seen him run. And of course, he could have just run it hot because he got a bit of slipstream behind Danilo Petrucci and San Donato. You're carrying 7, 8, 9, 10 kilometres an hour more speed than the slipstream. You might hit the brakes at the same time because you carry more momentum. We'll give Vinales the benefit of the doubt on that first corner one, but he may be just encountering a few more bits of movement on that front tyre than he anticipated.
Two Italian riders on Italian motorcycles lead the way. The two Yamahas of Vinales and Rossi, third and
story for Jonas Folger, coming strong in the latter stage of the race. He came over the line last time around. He was actually that faster than Valentino Rossi, but his way moved into the last point scoring places actually with a move on Jack Miller.
Take nothing away from the man at the front, Andrea Dovizioso. Any proper lap, he must have been feeling very, very poorly indeed.
If he's never won a dry MotoGP race, he is never going to get better fatigue issues, or if he is, he's certainly not showing it.
He is not showing it. Absolutely spot on.
He's getting hammered down.
Well, Vinales is not finished in this particular battle. I don't know if he can get near Dovizioso, and I think he really fancies a good old nibble at Petrucci.
So try and check out here. Petrucci, you can see Petrucci struggling on that many times. He came around the RT2, he had a big moment on the rear there. Perhaps running into a few rear tyre issues now later on in the race. Yeah, the gap between Dovizioso and Danilo Petrucci in second is up to nearly 9/10 of a second.
Petrucci got past him and Valentino Rossi in separate moves. Will Vinales try the same?
Danilo Petrucci is Andrea Dovizioso being the last of the late breakers. Danilo Petrucci himself is a really, really good breaker on the Ducati GP7. Can he do it as they come over the crest down into first point? Yes, San Donato, Vinales has got the inside line. Surely he's going to make that apex. Yes, he can.
Absolutely brilliant illustration of riding a MotoGP body.
Because the last man you want breathing down your neck here in Mugello for a podium place in the final stages is Valentino Rossi. Andrea Dovizioso out to all 1.3 seconds. This is Dovizioso's race to lose, surely.
That is Vinales, Petrucci and Valentino Rossi. 3.5 laps to go up through Arabiata Tuesday. It is his race to lose. Of that there is no doubt. That is the gap. Petrucci right on the rear wheel of Maverick Vinales with sweet. What a race this could be for Ducati.
Yeah, Dovizioso then stretched that as a 10th up in sector 2. Dovizioso pinched that 10th back in sector 3, so it's toing and froing back and forth in favour of the Ignite with just 3 laps to go. 3 laps between Dovizioso and a famous win here in Mugello.
49 kilometres an hour on the right down towards San Donato. That right leg of Petrucci goes out, that right leg of the finish for his very first MotoGP podium in dry conditions.
Rossi will be desperate to get on the podium. It's always an emotion. The Masterons waiting to see there here on the podium. Maverick Vinales, Wilco Zeeland there from Movistar Yamaha looking on. Has Vinales left anything in the tyres? As Dovizioso still got good grip in those medium tyres on the factory Ducati. What's the gap as they come through the second sector? Very, very short. Vinales has clawed it back to 9/10.
Dovizioso feels in his bones he may be here and just his third ever MotoGP win. Here he is down at Conor tyre now.
Well, he's normally cool, calm and collected, personified Andrea Dovizioso. Tested to the limit right now, coming under intense pressure from Maverick Vinales. There's been no Italian winner in the MotoGP race here since Valentino Rossi. The last time Ducati won here in Mugello. They've only had one win here in Mugello. That was with Casey Stoner in 2009. They'll be fighting there now. Mount East's done a great job to hold off Marc Marquez in that battle for 4th and 5th place. Dovizioso then comes over line. He's on that last lap. I think Petrucci has broken Rossi's resolve as well. Rossi's going to have an incredible last couple of laps to stand on the podium here out of steam in terms of his physical power. He will be hurting right now, Rossi. He'll be trying to survive on adrenaline now to see if he can keep himself in that podium. 6/10 of a second faster.
That's the matter after now they come towards the Casanova right hand in 7. What's the gap now, man? We're going to get a sprint on any minute.
Well, it was 9/10 through the first sector. Vinales looks like he's visibly closing, and he is.
We spoke to him after his win at the Mole. Would you have slowed on that last lap thinking about the championship? I think of only one thing on the last lap. Win or bust. He's closing up all the time. Here's Maverick Vinales chasing his 4th victory of the season. And it's the Ducati on Piantetti 1 and 2.
Yeah, Dovizioso's quick in that third sector. That's where he makes up a bit of time. He's taking the 10th back on that. So he's got 1 corner and 1 lap to go, Andrea Dovizioso, before, without any shadow of a doubt, the best win of his Grand Prix career.
On the break from 350 kilometres an hour. The Italian, 31 years old, could win in front of his home. He's aboard, he's going to win this race. Is Andrea Dovizioso on the Ducati.
Well, it's in sector 2 where Vinales has just been that fraction bit more front tyre left at Vinales in those fast chicanes. Dovizioso came over the line with an advantage of just over 8/10. Can't blow it from here, Andrea Dovizioso. He's down then into Casanova for the final time. It's right, then it's left through Savelli.
only two of those in the MotoGP class. He's half a lap away for giving Ducati victory at their home circuit.
All about joining the dots now for Andrea Dovizioso. His heart rate will be beating pretty fast right now. We know he's a grandstander. He's right behind now. They are going absolutely crazy. A sea of red amongst the sea of yellow here in Mugello. Just beyond Etienne Dovizioso. Surely this is a famous win. I was in the late tangle, Crutchlow and Pedrosa. You can clearly see Danny Pedrosa's at fault there. Cal Crutchlow here in Mugello. Dovizioso wins the Italian Grand Prix. Maverick Viñales second place. He increased Rucci. A quite brilliant career first podium for him in third place. Valentino Rossi a gallant fourth despite his physical condition. Marquez sixth, Zarco seventh. Lorenzo faded badly after he led in the early stages. He finished in 8th place ahead of Ducati wildcard. Rabat 11th, Scott running over the line in 12th. Late drama with Cal Crutchlow and Danny Pedrosa caught up in a tangle, and I don't think you need to be...
Overnight, but a record night with food poisoning. And there's Danny Pedrosa striding away, as is Cal.
Yeah, Pedrosa's going to lose it. Yeah, loses the front. He got in there was a gap, but as Pedrosa just trail braked, down he goes, and unfortunately he collects poor old Cal Crutchlow, and Cal Crutchlow was not shy about letting Danny Pedrosa what he thought about. Absolutely fuming. Talk about contrasting emotions in 10 seconds. Cal Crutchlow livid, absolute jubilation.
Dovizioso 1, Trucci 3, Lorenzo 8, Hero 9. 4 bites in the top 10 Grand Prix.
You know, when you think about that mistake by Pedrosa on the last lap, that's costing for his championship challenge. Danny Pedrosa, of course, was second, but first win of the season, has pushed him 4 places. He's second now in the championship. Viñales beaten, but he does still his championship lead. There's been some absolutely phenomenal rides in all 3 classes today, and that is right up there. Danilo Petrucci is first ever.
What about Alvaro Bautista in 5th place? Put another one in there.
So it's also the second in the championship. Actually, to be fair to him, under amazing pressure. There's Paolo Campinotti there, just hugging one of Maverick Viñales' crew. Paolo Campinotti, he cannot believe it. He looks like he's in shock. Dovizioso on the last lap got back into the 108. Maverick Viñales threw everything by the kitchen sink of Dovizioso on those final 2 laps, and we know that Dovizioso.
There we go, over the ride.
Look at that moment. That was a moment early in the race. Really, no, you might have to go and see a dentist after that one. I'll tell you what, that would have churned his upset stomach a little bit, wouldn't it? Blimey.
The GP win. First, Donington Park 2009 in mixed conditions. The second last year in the pouring rain. Must be the greatest moment of his Grand Prix career. 264 starts.
Ducati do a lot of testing stomach bug. As Nick said, he couldn't do a single time lap in this morning's warm-up session. What a tactical masterstroke that was, Nick, to conserve energy. Danilo Petrucci.